Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you on this Monday. Welcome to the Alpo Show. Yes, we have a new name. Welcome to the Alpo Show. I decided to wanted to shorten and sweeten it. And I felt that it was much more shorter. And you know who this is. It's Alpo, a.k.a. Comet. Also, one of the things is that there are literally 5 other Michael Alpos that I know of, and there's quite a bit. And there's quite a bit of Michael Alpos that are doing some things out there, including a big-time rap star. I think he's with Warner Brothers. His name is my name, although he's got a rap name. So give a shout out to that cuz. Today is Monday. Isn't that great? It's Monday. Money Day, or in the pagan holidays rituals, it's a moon day, day of the moon. Like Sunday is a Sunday. Last week, when I was just getting ready to do my show, literally my computer just crashed and burned on me. And I also I have a backup computer that when this one crashed, the one I had on Friday crashed. I had the backup, and that didn't work either. So the computer I had built in it still didn't allow me to do certain things that I was trying to do. So it was the first show that I had to cancel. This is actually show 62, although it's supposed to be 60. It was supposed to be 63 or 64 now, but that was supposed to be 63, and this is actually 62. So this is show 62. I will be doing show 63 later. I want to welcome those who's in the room right now. I appreciate you. Feel free to go on YouTube if you want to comment. Go on my YouTube. Facebook is really weird. I can't get live comments. You have to go through a bunch of changes. Each person would have to go to Facebook to give the permission to do the comments. So, but you can go on YouTube, and I really appreciate it. We'll I love to put up some comments. So please feel free. Go to my YouTube channel. We're doing a lot of things with it, and you can see all the changes that I'm doing to it. There's so many things I'm adding. After 60 shows, there's so much you learn about. And today is really, there's so many strange things that have happened, especially in the news. And the big news is take them all off. Take them off, man. No more masks. No more mask. Is that great? No more mask. It was funny because wasn't it just the previous week? It was, please desperately wear your mask. And then out of the blue, says, now you can take your mask off, but you have to have the vaccine. So how do you know somebody took a vaccine and somebody else didn't? So is it CRAZY? Yeah, it's still, all of a sudden, no. The pandemic is over. Everybody go back to work. Now the governments in all the dictators of each state decides all of our fates. Decide whether or not they're going to not accept funding from the government that we've all paid into, and decided that, okay, we need to go back to work and and make less money than you did before you went back. Because where are the jobs? Well, what kind of jobs are there out there? And you go look at what are the jobs out there. Now, I'm an independent contractor. I sell for a living. And so, and I have to go, or was going into the doctor's offices. So again, like, what is open and what isn't? So, and then you go look and you see what happened last week. Here, Bitcoin is just blowing up, baby. Blowing up like dynamite. Okay. Then the guy in Texas who's supposed to be going to Mars decided that, well, I don't want to deal with Bitcoin anymore, or whatever he said. Okay. Whatever he said. And when someone of that importance says that we're no longer using Bitcoin because we don't like how they make them, that it's not good for the planet, whatever he said, that began the cascade fall of the Bitcoin. And so there's a lot of my friends who, have invested in these coins. And of course, to me, the way I can define it is, well, it's like the stock market. And the stock market goes up and down. And it seems that these Bitcoins are going down. And then also you see that the housing market is going up. Our house, because of where we live in Arizona, everybody and their mother and their brother want to move to Arizona. And this area we live in, a house doesn't stay on the market but 5 minutes. I know people that are, trying to buy housing here, and they can't do it. They can't even get in because people buy it without seeing it. Can you imagine buying a house without even seeing it? That's where it's come to. So some houses are double. They're now double almost on what it costs to build a house, because people are desperate to get out from where they are. And the big exit is really California, and we're the neighboring state of California. And everybody here wants to move here. Now it's hot, and it's going to get hot. So if you want to move here, you better love the heat. And I love the heat. Speaking of, I wanted to show you my shirt here. Here we go. Spiritual warrior. Nice birthday present. Want to give a shout out to Amanda. Thank you. We're going to be having these shirts here because we want to start a spiritual warrior club. Okay, because that's what this is about. You almost have to be a warrior. I mean, really. That's why I'm a spiritual warrior, y'all. Oh, shout out to Trifecta, all my burners. When y'all coming in, okay, I'm gonna have a Burning Man show here soon. Unfortunately, Burning Man may have run its course. This is the second one that's being canceled this year. See, Burning Man, you have to cancel it early because you have to buy your tickets months in advance, and you have to prepare for Burning Man months in advance. This is not where you can just jump in your car, throw a tin in back, and you're gone. It's not like that. It's very complicated to get to Burning Man, and it's very expensive to get to Burning Man. So the times are changing. Now, one the things that the title is what I want to talk about. What inspired me from people that I talk to, okay, and it gives me a feel of kind of what's going on out there, you know, and we seem to be where we're bombarded with change every single day, you know, and we're at the mercy, and really we're at the mercy of the red pills and the blue pills. And they seem to have a running joke, and they're laughing at us. And I'm talking both sides, okay? And who's in the middle? Guess. You and me. You and me. So I was talking to a couple of friends, and I could feel their, you know, if you want to call it stress, it's whatever you want to call it. But usually what it is in a definition of purpose is there's all these things, thoughts that are running through your mind. Okay. So you have 10 things that's going on in your mind, 10 things that you have to do, 10 things that it depends on the other person on whether or not you can get that done, or depends on your bank account, whatever it is. We're in that place now where it almost feels like Monday is 7 days a week. And, you know, there's no rest on the weekend because you're usually preparing for the week. But now if you're an independent contractor, you know yours is 24 hours a day. And Tracy says, spiritual warriors unite. Because that's really what it's about. Thank you. So we have to come together here now. All right. So now what I want to do here is I want to give you tools that can help you daily. And I'm going to give them to you right now. So I want you to pay attention here. Okay. So now you always hear me say this expression, slow down to speed up. Okay. How do you slow your mind down when it's in a rush? How do you slow the brain down? Because you're the one who's in control of your mind. Okay? You're an adult of your mind, you're an adult of your thought, and you are what you think about. So now, how do you slow down your mind? You take it one thing at a time, one step at a time. Say it. Take it one step at a time. Take it one thing at a time. Say it. Now, I'm one thing at a time. Don't be thinking about the 10. Think about the 1. Now, when you're going to go to that 1, you're doing it as an adult of your mind, as an adult of your thought. And when you concentrate on the 1, slows that mind down. I'm guaranteeing you. You do this. You say this. One thing at a time. Say your name. Michael. One thing at a time. It will slow you down and put you in the moment. What do those 10 thoughts do? They keep you spaced pulled between the future and the past like a rubber band that's going to snap. What's that snap? That's stress. That's bewilderment. That's anger. That's depression. And the main thing is, it takes you out of love. And that's the last thing you want to do. You want to take it one step at a time. Here I am on Friday, and I'm trying to get, it's 20 minutes before this show starts, and I got 2 computers that are screwing up. And I'm like, one step at a time, Michael. Now, I wasn't as good at it as I am now. But one step at a time will slow down the mind. One step at a time will slow down the mind. Listening to yourself. Listening to the one step. What is the one step to take? Now, listening to yourself takes practice. Listening to others takes practice. When you talk, if someone is talking to you and you're distracted on the 10 things that you have going on, you're not able to give that person the courtesy that they need, but also what you want. Because everybody wants to be listened to, but not everybody knows how to listen. How do you listen? You stay in the moment, okay? See, it's one thing, one step at a time. So listening is like this. One step at a time, I'm going to listen to this person fully so I can be present. Taking one thing at a time, one step slows you down so that you can speed up. So when you slow down, when you listen to yourself, then you go forward with the step, and just that step. Because here's what happens. Here's what happens. We already know what happens. I'm going to tell you what happens so you'll know, because you know you didn't already done it. I've done it too. So you already know what you've done. All right. When you don't take it one step at a time, during that step or that task that you're doing, you're going to rush through it. You're going to make a mistake. Could be a big mistake. Could be something you don't find out till later because you're in such a rush to get 10 things done at the same time. When the only thing that works is one thing at a time. Now, of course, anybody can do 2 things. You can eat and watch TV at the same time. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do 2 things at once either. But you damn well better be good at it if you're going to do it. You know? I'm sure most of us are good at eating and watching TV or sports or whatever. You know? That's just a small example. Now, we all have what's called complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And what it basically is trauma. Trauma. Okay? Trauma from being a child. Trauma from school, sports, religion. People that have hurt you in the past, including the ones you love the most. And so we're all complex. I'm way more complex than you, and you're a million more complex than me because only you know your complexity. I know how complex I am growing up in the era that I grew up in the trauma that I grew up in. I'm growing up during the Vietnam War. The war went on and on and on and on. Started when I was a little kid. And relatives going to war. And then anticipating me, myself, turning 18 and me getting drafted. They had some little rule that if you went to college, you didn't get drafted. But you definitely better figure out how to get your brains together. So I was very fortunate, but the whole time going to high school, I knew that I was going to have to register for the draft. Well, lo and behold, the war ended in April of 1975, and I was graduating in May, and my birthday was in May. So I did not have to register for the draft. And a lot of my high school friends went into the military. I thank you all for your service. Who decided to go in? Thank you for your service. And some did 20 years, including my wife. And pretty much me, man. They probably was, I wouldn't have lasted 20 minutes. So what are we doing? We have to confront ourselves. I have to do it every day. Every day. When you get older, I'm very blessed and thankful that I have my health. Right now, my biggest concern is getting back into my 44 suit. I'm buttoning it up, but it ain't that, you know what I'm saying. 46 is the real, but I don't like 46. I went from 58 to 44, and I'm planning on staying on 44. But it ain't easy. The older you get, it's harder to lose weight. It's just such a trip. It's so funny how everything when you get older gets harder. Trust me on this. But one of the things you have going for you when you get older is experience. And these are things, experience you can't pass on. You can only tell someone about your experience. But what you do is turn it into wisdom. Because with experience comes the wisdom of what you learn. And it's like gold, silver, and precious stones is wisdom. I'm going to be going off into this down the road here, but wisdom is purity. Wisdom is something that you can use over and over and over. And taking one thing at a time, I'm giving you wisdom. I'm guaranteeing you that if you say this phrase, it will slow down your mind. But you got to say it, and you got to do it. Now, if things get complicated, I write the things down. of those 10 things, you write them down, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on. Some things take longer than others. You have speed bumps. Believe me, I know doing this show has taught me a great deal of patience. I want to thank everyone who's helped me somehow to get to this place where I'm at right now. But it is taking one thing at a time. Now, what it really came down to here with this darn computer, I had to take stock of my own self. And I realized that I always try and buy things used, save a lot of money. So all my computers are refurbished. And, I just looked at them and I was like, oh, wow. One is from 2012 and the other one's from 2012. That's old for a computer. The last new computer I bought was when I left Ford. That was in 2007. So I realized, well, maybe I'm due. Maybe it is time to make the change. And lo and behold, the perfect deal came up, and my beautiful bride bugged the crap out of me and said, we're going to go get this for you. This is your birthday present, child. You need it. Me, I'm like, I'm about, well, how much? Ended up finding a really good price. And lo and behold, I'm on a new computer today. And it can do a lot of things. And I'm real excited about it. And I'm hoping to pass all this stuff on you. It just, again, once you overcome this stuff, by taking it one thing at a time, when you slow down and you take it one thing at a time, you will see that you're much more productive. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm guaranteeing that this works. If you just say that. Now, I have a lot of sayings I haven't even dug into. Believe me. But the main thing I'm more about is becoming an adult of your mind, an adult of your thought. And also, you are what you think about, what you dwell on. And these are the basics, the basics of the beginning. So if your mind is always wandering, you know what? Everybody can work a job. I'm talking about your mind. I'm talking about your mind. When you go to work, you're an actor. When you go out to store, you're an actor. You're acting the part of being a worker. You're acting the part of being in public. Then when you close your door of where you live, then you come out. Because there's no boundaries until you turn your TV on. I have been working to make this the best channel that's out there. To deliver information that they touch on, but there's not. These are the subjects on one of them, which is the CPTSD, is all are the things that I have a passion for because I've seen it. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in others' lives, and I see it in almost everybody's life to some extent. Now, again, we're all actors. You go down and you talk to the neighbor. He doesn't know what's happening to you behind them doors. Does he know you're taking it one thing at a time? It's, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? So let's be honest here. All right? Because I'm going to be. I want to make sure that we don't be living in a brick wall, surrounded. controlled. If you decide you're going to still wear your mask, then you decide that you're going to still wear your mask. If you decide you want to take the vaccine, then you take the vaccine. If you decide that you want to not take the vaccine, then you don't take the vaccine. The main thing is for yourself. I go back and look on my modern medicine show. I really break down on all the vaccines, on why and why not to take it. But again, for me, it's, what's that old saying? Oh, Alpo always says, take the best and leave the rest. Right now, I'm going to leave you. I hope you got something out of this. Please go to my YouTube channel. Give a like. Please give a like on whatever one. I'm broadcasting on 5 platforms. Please give me a like. It really means a lot when you do that. If you make a comment. Now, I know a lot of you are watching my show and you're not commenting because you're still feeling me out. And I get it. Because I'm talking about things that you might not have heard talk about. And I'm making stands that are different. But again, I'm a spiritual warrior. And so should you be. I'll be back this evening about 7:15. And I really want you to come in. And we've got some more things to talk about. So happy Monday. Have a great day. Have a great evening. If you're watching me later, I'm sure I'm glad you're here. Please leave a comment. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really means a lot. You mean a lot to me. Before I do my shows, I'm always thinking about you. I'm always here to give you my best. And I want you to take the rest and just leave it. But please, just know I'm doing my best. And I'll see you again